DC Multiverse!
How's it going, super friends? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Brad, the DC Universe Geek, and today, why don't we have a look at the McFarlane Toys Batman Ultimate Movie Collection action figure 6-pack. This bad boy ain't playing, because it's got all 6 of the movie Batmans in one box. We got Keaton, we got Kilmer, we got Clooney, we got Affleck, we have Bale, and we have the most recent Batman, Robert Pattinson. All of these fellas have been beautifully represented right here in this action figure 6-pack. And it is so fantastic that we get this interchangeable bat symbol, bat signal, for the roof of your GCPD. Now, before we go into my review area and take them all to the package and have a closer look, let's just take another peek at the packaging here, because I really like what McFarlane did here. We have a fantastic, dare I say, diorama of Batman's stomping grounds, in more ways than one, Gotham City. We also have images down the bottom of the box here showing the trading cards that are going to come with each of the figures. And you know what? I don't want to keep talking about it. I want to see it. I want to get them out, get them in my hands, fiddle with them, get them all set up. I can't wait. So I'll see you over there. And here we are, everything is on the review bench. This is quite the hefty 6-pack. Each of the trading cards for these is definitely a little bit more flashy than what we had first seen on the back of the box, and also really compared to anything that McFarlane has released to date. And the bat signal is pretty friggin' cool. Not really sure why the thing has little gargoyles in the corner, considering that this is just a great big floodlight. But hey, it's the Batman universe, so just go with it. Gargoyles seem to be par with the course. Here's what it looks like when you shine the original bat symbol from the Keaton, Clooney, and Kilmer movies. This one here is from the Baleverse, while the next one is Batfleck signal, and here we go finally with Robert Pattinson's. But we all know the real reason why we're here, and that's to look at all 6 figures. And really, I think the biggest selling points of this box set are the Keaton, Clooney, and Kilmer. So let's just get the Bale, Pattinson, and Batfleck out of the way first. All 3 of these figures, we've already seen these sculpts before, exactly the same as everything previous, except for they've got cloth goods capes. And in comparison to their first releases, I think that all 3 of these are definitely upgrades. I certainly think that the head sculpt for Robert Pattinson side by side with the original is an absolute upgrade. I mean, it's the same head sculpt, they've just done a better job producing it this time. And I certainly think that it is very cool that we have a no goggles up or down head sculpt of Batman from when he's wearing the tactical batsuit. And as far as Christian Bale, there's really not a lot of difference. Clearly the stars of the show now, though, are Keaton, Clooney, and Kilmer. Let's start right away with Val Kilmer. Dude, this is a fantastic looking figure. I'm sure we're going to see this guy released at some other point down the road, single carded, just all black without the metallic gunmetal blue sheen. But even if they didn't, I think that this is a fantastic take on the figure. I love this a lot. This looks so much like he's supposed to look like. It's pretty much a perfect rendition of this character, if you ask me. And the head sculpt looks, well, I know exactly who that is. I can look at that, I know exactly that that is Val Kilmer. And the George Clooney Batman, dude, his suits never looked so good. And look at those nipples. Nipples! Nipples! I really love this. This is the Batman figure I never knew I actually ever wanted, but yet here I am really excited for it, so I guess you learn something new every day, sometimes even about yourself. And look at the face. Look at the head sculpt. That looks amazing. They captured George Clooney perfectly. He looks awesome. And that leaves us finally with the Michael Keaton Batman figure. Now we know there's another one coming out, as you can see here, coming alongside the Batmobile. It is just a little bit different in the paint scheme, but honestly, it's pretty much exactly the same. Is this so far the Michael Keaton Batman figure that I've been waiting for pretty much my whole life? Yes. This guy is friggin' amazing. All the right muscles in all the right places. Some people may not like the fact that this Batman does have a head sculpt that turns on an actual neck ball, and they would rather just have him with that whole stuck in one place, have to do the bat turn to look around. I personally think they only did that back then because they couldn't think of anything better to do. They were trying to not break up the overall look of the cowl and neck piece together, but Really, I'm fine with the articulation being here. Now, I'm not going to bother with Pattinson, Bale, or Batfleck's articulation because we've seen them all. Let's just take a quick peekaroo at Kilmer, Keaton, and Clooney. So let's start with the articulation of Val Kilmer. I'm really... Whoa! I was really wondering what the articulation was going to be like, but that torso... Dude! That's the way I like it. And then back, very nice. We got the sockets and the arms. And what does he have? The biceps swivel, the rounded hinge, double jointed elbows. I always check these bad boys out. Not bad. That's pretty good. And then the head sculpt. Wow. They really made sure that this guy was quite articulated. The waist as usual. Oh, but here we go. Here's the point. Here's the one that I always wonder about, and you know it. Does it get much? Oh, that's disappointing. Now, why does this disappoint me? It's because he can't turn his leg in any kind of meaningful way. Just a little bit. Like, human beings can't turn the front of their leg all the way to the side. I get that, but it's an action figure, and we have to compensate for the lack of being human. And there needs to be some articulation there, and that's really not a lot. We're probably going to find that with all of them. Clickety-clackety McFarlane groin. We got the knee. That's what we're looking at right there for how articulated that knee is. Of course, we have the ankle that is on that rounded hinge. Kind of molded to look like the boot. Yeah, that's all right. Next figure. And now let's look at Clooney. Let's see how articulated. And you know what? I like that torso. That's actually a lot. It's such an important articulation point because without the torso being articulated, there's so many poses you really can't get them into. That's such an important point. So I love this. This is very, very good. Of course, we got the waist and combine that with the torso. And he could be on Bodyworks. We have the head sculpt. Not bad. Pretty much the same as what we got with Kilmer. Rounded hinge, got the socket, got the bicep swivel, crunchy double jointed elbows. I don't really talk about things like the wrist anymore because it's like we know what they do, you know? We know what these articulation points do, the basic ones. They all pretty much do the same thing. Does a person really need to spin the bicep swivel all around 360 just to prove that it works? Right? I mean, clearly if it's on a peg, unless there's a real indication that it's not going to turn, you just assume it's going to get 360. Then we have down here in Clooney's groin under his bat underoos here. And they really do kind of look like underoos. Woo! We got one of these. Yep, the usual. Did you hear how clicky that was? What do we got here for the leg? No, please, action figure lovers, give us a little bit better rotation there. And we've got, that's nice. And of course, the ankle. And, I forgot to mention last time, the toe. Kilmer and Clooney both have toe. Not that kind of toe, like that toe. All right, not bad. Now let's check out Keaton. I know I mentioned before that some people really don't like the idea that this head sculpt is on a rounded ball joint and it's not solid, but I'm actually okay with that. I feel, hold on a second. I feel like, I don't know, maybe if you don't like that, you could try to customize it with this. They seem like they're okay enough in scale, but honestly, I like this. And as I mentioned, I feel like it was all one piece because they really just didn't know how to attack it and make it look good. I think this looks really great. I don't mind the articulation point there. And then, of course, we've got the torso. What has he got here? Okay, forward. That's not so good, Al. Even with the waist. Nope, not so good. But we do have rotation. We do have back. And all the other good stuff. We just don't have a lot of downward motion. And we've, of course, got the rounded hinges, the socket, the 360 bicep. We've got that bad boy right there, crunching up all double jointed and stuff. What else do we have here? Of course, the wrist. I'm not really going to go through that. The groin, of course. Let's check it. Let's check it. Yeah. Turds on a biscuit. And, of course, double jointed knees. I always check those because I love me some double jointed knees. And we have the ankles, of course, pivot, hinge, and toe articulation. It's all the standard fare of articulation. So what do I think about this McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Ultimate Batman Movie 6-pack? I think that this is great, and I am so glad that I didn't miss out on it. I am so thankful that CMD Store got a few of these in stock, and I give praise to the ever-living immortal action figure gods for granting me to have one of these. Anyway, that's my story and I'm sticking to it. Hopefully you found this video to be an interesting, useful, and insightful waste of time, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a DC day. Bye-bye.
What's up is down, what's left is right.